Imagine a world where humanity's fate takes a wild turn. One day, a mysterious force awakens, granting every person the powers of a single, randomly chosen animal. Some gain the strength of a lion, others the flight of an eagle, but you've been chosen by something far more sinister, far more deadly, the Leiurus Quinquestriatus, the Deathstalker Scorpion. Welcome to a reality where your body transforms, your senses sharpen, and your very essence becomes a weapon of precision and venom. This is no ordinary gift. It's a call to master the art of survival, to strike from the shadows, and to wield the power of one of nature's most feared predators. Picture this: your skin begins to harden, shimmering with a faint yellow-green glow like the desert sands under moonlight. A segmented tail, tipped with a venomous stinger, emerges from your lower back, curling with lethal intent. Your hands grow stronger, pincer-like, capable of crushing or grappling with uncanny force. Your eyes adjust to the dark, picking up the faintest glimmers of movement, while your body hums with the ability to sense vibrations in the ground. You're no longer just human, you're a hybrid of man and scorpion, a living embodiment of stealth and danger. In this new world, every animal class brings unique strengths, but the Deathstalker is special. It's not about brute force or overwhelming power, it's about precision, patience, and the ability to end a fight before it even begins. The Deathstalker Scorpion, barely 3 inches long in nature, is one of the most venomous creatures on Earth, with a neurotoxin that can paralyze or kill. Now, that power courses through you. Your strikes carry the weight of venom, your movements are swift and silent, and your very presence is a warning to those who cross your path. But what does it mean to wield this power? How do you harness the abilities of a creature built for the harshest deserts? And what challenges await someone who walks the line between predator and prey? Stay with us as we dive into the traits, tactics, and raw potential of the Deathstalker Scorpion class, a force to be reckoned with in a world where survival demands more than strength alone. Now that you've embraced the essence of the Deathstalker Scorpion, let's explore what makes this creature so formidable and how its traits reshape you into a living weapon. In the wild, Leiurus Quinquestriatus thrives in the scorching deserts of the Middle East and North Africa, a tiny predator no longer than your hand, yet feared for its devastating venom. This scorpion doesn't rely on size or brute strength. Its power lies in its precision, its stealth, and a neurotoxin so potent it can bring down prey many times its weight. As a human bond with this creature, your body and mind inherit these deadly gifts, transforming you into a force of nature built for survival and ambush. Your skin has evolved into a lightweight, chitin-like exoskeleton, gleaming faintly under the light, as if kissed by the desert moon. It's tough enough to shrug off blows that would bruise ordinary flesh, and withstand the blistering heat of the harshest environments. From your lower back sprouts a segmented, flexible tail, tipped with a razor-sharp stinger that pulses with venom capable of paralyzing or crippling your foes. Your hands, now pincer-like, can crush stone or lock an opponent in an unyielding grip. Your senses have sharpened beyond human limits. Vibration-sensitive hairs on your limbs let you feel the faintest tremors in the ground, like a living radar, while your eyes pierce the darkness, turning night into your hunting ground. This transformation isn't just physical. Your mind adapts to the scorpion's instincts, honing your patience and cunning. You move with purpose, every step calculated, every strike deliberate. In the wild, the Deathstalker waits for the perfect moment to strike, and so do you. Your body, now lean and agile, is built for quick, darting movements, letting you slip through tight spaces or vanish into shadows. The venom coursing through your stinger isn't just a weapon, it's a tool of control, allowing you to weaken enemies over time or stop them in their tracks. As a Deathstalker, you're not a brawler charging into battle. You're a phantom, a predator who strikes before the enemy even knows you're there. You've become one with the Deathstalker Scorpion, your body a fusion of human will and arachnid precision. Your senses attuned to the subtle shifts in the world around you. But raw power is nothing without strategy, and the Deathstalker's strength lies not in overwhelming force, but in calculated strikes and unshakable patience. To master this class, you must think like a predator of the desert night, moving unseen, striking with venomous intent, and vanishing before your enemies can retaliate. Let's dive into the tactics that make this class a nightmare for the unprepared. The training required to hone your deadly gifts, and the arsenal of skills that will define your place in this transformed world. In battle, the Deathstalker excels as a shadow, a phantom who thrives in ambush and evasion. Your primary tactic is stealth, using your vibration-sensitive senses to track enemies through walls, floors, or shifting sands. You don't charge into the fray, you wait, coiled like a spring, until the perfect moment to strike. Picture yourself in a crumbling urban ruin or a rocky desert canyon, Where cover is plentiful and sight lines are short, you feel the footsteps of an approaching foe through the ground, their vibrations betraying their position. With a burst of speed, you close the distance, your venomous stinger lashing out to deliver a paralyzing blow before you melt back into the shadows. This hit-and-run style keeps you one step ahead, turning every encounter into a game of cat and mouse where you are always the predator. Another key tactic is exploiting the environment. Your compact, agile frame lets you slip into tight spaces, narrow crevices, low overhangs, or cluttered debris fields where larger, clumsier classes struggle to follow. In arid or urban settings, you're unmatched, using your night vision to hunt in darkness and your exoskeleton to shrug off the heat of sun-scorched terrain. You can turn a battlefield into your personal hunting ground, setting up ambushes where enemies least expect it. Combine this with your Venom's ability to weaken foes over time, and you can disrupt entire groups, sowing chaos as their strength fades under your toxic assault. To wield these tactics effectively, training is essential. Start with agility, drills to sharpen your reflexes and master your Scorpion Dash, a burst of speed that lets you dart in and out of combat in the blink of an eye. Practice weaving through obstacle courses, mimicking the rocky outcrops or urban sprawl where you'll thrive. Next, hone your Venom control. Your stinger's neurotoxin can be adjusted lethal for a quick kill or non-lethal to incapacitate. Spend hours in controlled sparring, learning to gauge just how much venom is needed to subdue a target without wasting your reserves. Finally, train your senses in low-light environments. Meditate in pitch-black rooms or vibration-heavy settings, like near-heavy machinery or rushing water, to fine-tune your ability to detect movement through your sensitive hairs. This sensory mastery is what separates a novice Deathstalker from a true predator. Now, let's talk about the skills that make you a force to be reckoned with. Your passive abilities set the foundation for your dominance. Chitinous resilience hardens your exoskeleton, reducing damage from physical blows and shielding you from scorching heat or jagged terrain. Vibration sense turns you into a living seismograph, letting you detect nearby movement even through solid barriers or in total darkness. These traits ensure you're always aware, always protected, ready to strike when the moment is right. Your active skills give you the tools to control the battlefield. Venomous Strike is your signature move, a precise jab with your stinger that injects neurotoxin, causing intense pain or temporary paralysis. Use it to disable a single target, leaving them vulnerable to follow-up attacks. Pincer Grapple lets your enhanced hands lock onto an opponent, pinning their arms or wrenching a weapon from their grasp. It's perfect for disarming a threat or holding a foe in place for your allies. Scorpion Dash is your escape card, a lightning-fast burst of speed that lets you reposition, dodge, or retreat in an instant. Each of these skills has a short cooldown, letting you chain them together in rapid, deadly combos. But the true pinnacle of your arsenal is your special skill, Toxic Barrage. When the stakes are high, you unleash a flurry of stinger strikes, each one injecting a dose of venom that stacks, weakening enemies with every hit. The poison eats away at their strength, slows their movements, and saps their will to fight. Use it to turn the tide against a group of foes or to bring down a single, resilient target. This skill demands precision and timing, as its long cooldown means you must choose the perfect moment to unleash it. Mastering these tactics and skills requires discipline, but the payoff is immense. As a Deathstalker, you're not just a fighter, you're a predator who controls the flow of battle, striking with surgical precision and vanishing before the enemy can strike back. Next, we'll explore the strengths and weaknesses of this class, and how you can find your place in a team of animal-powered warriors. With the Deathstalker Scorpion's tactics and skills in your arsenal, you're a shadow-wreathed predator, ready to strike with venomous precision. But every class has its strengths and its limits, and understanding these is key to mastering your role in this wild, animal-powered world. Let's peel back the layers of the Deathstalker class to reveal what makes it shine, and where it falters, so you can wield its power with confidence and navigate its challenges with cunning. First, let's talk about what makes the Deathstalker exceptional. Your stealth is unmatched, letting you slip through the battlefield like a whisper in the dark. With your vibration sense and night vision, you can track enemies through walls or in pitch-black conditions, giving you an edge in ambushes that few can counter. Your speed is another cornerstone. Your lean, agile frame and Scorpion Dash let you dart in, strike, and vanish before your foes can react. This makes you a nightmare for slower, bulkier classes who rely on brute force. Your venomous attacks, especially the Toxic Barrage, give you incredible crowd control, weakening multiple enemies or crippling a single target with stacking poison effects. Whether it's paralyzing a foe with Venomous Strike or locking them down with Pincer Grapple, you can disrupt even the most coordinated plans. And let's not forget your chitinous exoskeleton. It's not as tough as a rhino's hide, but it shrugs off blows and protects you from the scorching heat or jagged terrain of your favorite environments. In the right hands, the Deathstalker is a scalpel, cutting through chaos with surgical precision. But no class is without its flaws, and the Deathstalker has its share. Your raw strength is limited. Your pincer-like hands and venomous stinger are deadly, but they can't match the crushing power of a bear or the raw force of a gorilla. If you're caught in a head-on fight, you'll struggle against classes built for brawling. Your reliance on stealth and cover also means you're less effective in open environments, like wide plains or barren arenas, where there's nowhere to hide. Your venom, while potent, isn't a universal weapon. Enemies with resistance to toxins or mechanical constructs can shrug off your most devastating strikes, leaving you scrambling for alternatives. And mastering this class isn't easy. The Deathstalker demands precision and patience, requiring you to perfect your timing, venom control, and sensory awareness. For a new player, the learning curve can feel steep, and a single misstep, misdemeanor strike, or misjudging an enemy's resistance can leave you vulnerable. In the grand tapestry of animal classes, the Deathstalker shines as a specialist, not a generalist. You're built for specific moments, striking from the shadows, disrupting enemy plans, and controlling the battlefield with calculated chaos. But you'll need to choose your battles wisely, leaning on your environment and your wits to overcome your limitations. Up next, we'll map out your strengths on a hexagonal matrix and explore how you fit into a team, finding allies who can amplify your deadly potential. You've seen the Deathstalker's strengths and its limits. A predator of precision, thriving in shadows but vulnerable when exposed. Now, let's measure its power across a broader spectrum and find its place among allies in this wild world. D of animal classes. Picture a hexagonal matrix, each point a pillar of strength, raw power, speed, defense, intelligence, teamwork, and species potential. For the Deathstalker, strength scores a modest 3 out of 10. Your venom and pincers are deadly, but you're no match for the raw might of larger beast. Speed, however, is where you shine, clocking in at 8 out of 10. Your agile frame and scorpion dash making you a blur on the battlefield. Defense sits at a solid 6. Your chitinous exoskeleton offering protection against physical blows and harsh environments, though it's not impenetrable. Intelligence scores a 7, reflecting the cunning needed to master your senses and venomous strikes. Teamwork at 5, shows you're best as a lone hunter, though your crowd control can aid allies. Finally, species potential hits 7, testament to your adaptability in the right conditions like deserts or urban ruins. In battle, your ideal role is as an assassin or scout. As an assassin, you slip through enemy lines, neutralizing key targets with venomous precision before they know you're there. As a scout, your vibration sense and night vision let you track foes and relay their movements, giving your team the upper hand. You can also play support, weakening enemies with poison to set up your allies' attacks. The best teammates complement your strengths. Pair with a tank, like a rhinoceros class, who can draw fire while you strike from the shadows. A spider class, with its web-based traps, synergizes with your venom to lock down areas. Healers are vital, bolstering your moderate defense to keep you in the fight. Together, you become a cohesive unit, blending stealth, control, and resilience to dominate any battlefield. You've walked the path of the Deathstalker Scorpion, a class that weaves stealth, speed, and venom into a deadly dance. With your place on the battlefield mapped out and your ideal allies by your side, it's time to step back and weigh your rank among the countless animal classes. In this transformed world, the Deathstalker earns its place in the A tier, a formidable force that thrives in the right hands. Its unmatched stealth and lightning-fast strikes make it a terror in ambush, capable of dismantling enemies before they can react. Your venomous arsenal, from paralyzing strikes to the devastating toxic barrage, gives you control over the flow of battle, weakening foes and setting the stage for victory. Yet, it falls short of S tier glory. Your low raw strength and reliance on specific environments, like deserts or urban shadows, limit your versatility. Against toxin-resistant foes or in open terrain, you face challenges that demand cunning to overcome. The Deathstalker is a high-skill class, rewarding those who master its precision but punishing those who falter. This tier ranking crowns the Deathstalker as a choice for players who relish tactical play, who find thrill in striking from the dark and vanishing without a trace. It's a class for those who see the battlefield as a chessboard, where every move is calculated and every strike lethal. If you're ready to embrace the Scorpion's instincts, to become a phantom of venom and speed, this is your calling. Want to explore more classes like this? Subscribe to join us as we unravel the powers of other animal classes in this wild world. Drop a comment with the creature you want us to break down next. Maybe the Komodo dragon's raw power or the peregrine falcon's blazing speed. The choice is yours, and we'll see you in the shadows.